Hello, my name is Haley Ashcroft. For my media presentation, I'll be talking about news objectivity and media literacy. I'll be addressing the main question, what is objectivity? If you were to ask 10 different reporters this question, you would probably get back 10 different answers, and that's because the meaning of this word is largely dependent upon your source. What I hope to do with this presentation today is provide a better understanding of what objectivity means and looks like, specifically in the news and reporting world. The top half of the screen will present a characteristic of a reporter that is lazily biased, and the bottom half of the screen will show us what being expertly objective looks like. So one definition of objectivity is to be detached from any particular side of an issue or argument. So if you were biased, you'd be very committed to one side because of your personal feelings and thoughts. If you were to be expertly objective, you'd call it like you see it without being favorable to any one side over another. To be objective is to sweat out your understanding. Achieving objectivity is not an easy and simple task. It requires sorting through competing claims, identifying and explaining underlying assumptions of those claims, and then making judgments. So if you were a biased reporter, it would be a very simple and easy task to collect your information and to understand the issue. You would rely on official sources that provide quick and succinct information instead of really delving into the topic to understand for yourself. Lastly, when we think of objectivity, we think that the reporter has to completely detach him or herself from the issue and simply relay facts. And although detachment is a part of the process of objectivity, it is not the ultimate end. When a reporter is objective, they look at all sides of the issue in a detached sort of way, but then in the end, they intelligently inform their audience about their own opinion that they've learned after gleaning information from several different sources. So if you were a biased reporter, you'd only be reporting to prove your own cleverness. It would be all about you. You wouldn't want to show that you didn't know something, and so you'd try and hide it with oversimplified assertions. I'll share a couple quotes from the sources that I used for this presentation that are excellent and that give us a better idea of what news objectivity looks like. So Brent Cunningham said, "There are those who will argue that if you start fooling around with the standards of objectivity, you open the door to partisanship. But mainstream reporters, by and large, are not ideological warriors. They are imperfect people performing a difficult job that is crucial to society. Letting them write what they know and encouraging them to dig towards some deeper understanding of things is not biased, it is essential." And Brent Cunningham also said, "A reporter's professional values makes them akin to reformers, and they should embrace that aspect of what they do, not hide it for fear of being slapped with a bias charge. And when actual bias seeps in, as it surely will, the self-policing in the newsroom must be vigorous." So once again, objectivity is not complete detachment. It requires a reporter to really look at an issue and then lead their audience to a better understanding of truth. So this entire semester we've learned about becoming more media literate, and I think it's important to understand a reporter's role in being objective and to recognize when a news report is being objective and when it's not. So I think the tools that we've learned from this presentation will help us overall to become more media literate, and especially as it pertains to the news. These are the sources that I used for this presentation, and I would highly recommend that you read from the first source that I listed here. It's an excellent article on objectivity. But this is one of my favorite topics that we learned about this semester, and it came at the very end. But I'm very grateful for the opportunity to have learned more about objectivity and the news. Thank you so much for watching.